In my last video, I told you that I wrote a novel about Frank Matsura. Here's how I heard about him. Over 20 years ago, I watched a PBS documentary about the first century of American photography, and it was terrific. I put a link in the description. About 15 minutes into the program, there was a tiny clip about a Japanese photographer. It came after another short segment about Edward Curtis, who I had heard about, who took a lot of famous photos of indigenous Americans. But images are narratives, and narratives have subtext. The underlying assumption of Curtis's pictures is that American Indians are a dying race. He was lamenting a people who he believed were passing out of existence. He wanted to emphasize their exotic beauty and romanticism. His photos are undeniably beautiful, but they are synthetic. He would pose people with headdresses and other regalia that did not belong to that person's nation. He retouched photographs to remove evidence of the modern world. He told the story that he wanted to tell. But Frank Matsura took hundreds of pictures of indigenous Americans the way they really were, not as metaphors or symbols. If an indigenous man walked into his studio in his traditional dress, he was photographed that way. But if a man ordinarily dressed in a suit and tie, or as a cowboy, Matsura photographed him that way. To Matsura, they were full human beings with lives and identities. His camera treated them with respect and humanity. Click the link in the description. If you want to watch the clip that's just about Matsura, start watching at 16 minutes 36 seconds and stop at 17 minutes 27 seconds. See, it's literally less than a full minute long. But I recommend backing up 2 minutes and watching from the segment about Curtis at 14 minutes 44 seconds so you can see the contrast between the two photographers. I hope you find this clip as tantalizingly interesting as I do. This clip made me want to know who this man was, and that was the beginning of a long journey for me, the end of which is my new novel.